Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the secret cheat I have found out to do better in ratings. Now, this is almost a literal cheat that I think Wargaming definitely needs to fix. This isn't breaking the EULA. You can't get banned or, your game activity paused or anything like that for this. However, from what I've learned and what I've seen throughout the, I'd say, 1,000 or so games I've played in ratings in the last month or so, this does actually cause you to earn more points than other people and lose less when you do lose your games. So in today's video, of course, I don't think anybody actually knows about this yet, so this is brand new to the entire community. So make sure to click that subscribe button down below. If you did learn something from this video, it really does help out the channel so I can find more videos and more stuff like this. But other than that, I'm going to get straight into it. So if you'll notice, in the replays here, I'm going to be showing all autoloaders, starting off with the AMX 1357. And there's a reason why I'm only showing autoloaders, because this has to do with the auto-loading mechanism that causes you to earn and lose less points. So, as I said, I've been doing ratings for about the last month or so, and I've been doing a lot of games, like 1,000 games in the past month, because I really wanted to get the Fearless. And I've been experimenting with tier 10, 9, 8, not really 7 so much, because I don't want to be down-tiered every single game. However, one little thing is that when you shoot people that are a higher tier, you do get more XP, which of course causes you to earn more points. But overall, I figured out that tier 8 is the best tier, because tier 10, you're dealing with Sheridans, T92s, a lot more skilled people play at tier 10. So tier 8 is easier, first of all, because most of the high skilled people are probably going to be running a Sheridan at higher tiers just shooting missiles. So I figured, you know what? I'll stick at tier 8. So then after I stuck at tier 8, I experimented a wide variety of vehicles. My number one actual play tank for this month was the Chimera, which I absolutely love the tank. In fact, it's probably my favorite tier 8 in the game, and that's because it has a very large alpha. With me, big guns, I'm able to get out. On the Chimera, I'd say I was actually able to average about 3,000 damage in ratings. Some of the games I'd get 5,000 out in defeats, and we'd still lose points in them. And it would really annoy me, because dealing 5,000 damage and having your team doing zeros and 500 damage, and you're top on the team, and you still lose, and you still don't go up points, really agitated me, because I'm like, how is this fair? How can you literally not go up points even when you try and carry so hard? And that would really frustrate me during the rating season. So I would continue to run the Chimera, probably throughout half of the ratings, just because I love the tank so much. I was doing pretty well in it, able to average like a 60% win rate in it, which was pretty lucky for me in ratings. But you know what? The first time I did ratings, which was 2 months ago when they first released the info about the IS-6 Fearless coming out, I was playing the Defender Mark 1. I don't remember why I was playing the tank, but I think it had just come out, and I really liked the playstyle on it. So I was playing the Defender Mark 1, and I remember distinctly that for the first week, I was able to place in number 1 position after playing the Defender Mark 1 for maybe 3 or 4 hours, like 3 days in a row. And I remember that whenever I'd play that tank, I would only lose 3 or 4 points. However, why is it when I ran the Chimera, I would lose 8, 9, even 10 points sometimes on defeats where I'm still able to get out not 10,000, that's impossible, 2,000 damage, or just a very nice amount of damage, but yet you still go down a lot of points. You make up one mistake and you lose 15 points. It was the weirdest thing to me. So I went back and I played the Defender Mark 1 about, I'd say, 2 days before the rating season ended, because I needed to place in 20th place to get my 40 charms needed to finish off to get 100 charms for the IS-6 Fearless. And of course I was sitting at 60, and I was about 30th place, and in the time span of about 2 hours, just playing the Defender Mark 1, I was able to get into 18th place. And that was kind of weird for me to think about, because I had played the Chimera, and it took me about 8 hours to get the same amount of points it took me for 2 hours in the Defender Mark 1. So I continued playing the Defender and played it throughout most of the rating streams after that, which were only 2 because, yeah, the ratings ended 2 days later. However, with those 2 days, I was able to continue to go up points. And when I'd lose, I'd barely go down any. So I started to think about it, and it has to do with autoloaders. If you run an auto-loading tank in ratings, you will not lose as many points. I don't think it has to do with going up as many. You still do go up more. I would say, like, if you only do, I remember games in the Defender Mark 1 where I couldn't get damage out because, of course, it's a clipper. It doesn't have the most armor. In fact, it can be killed very easily. So I remember a couple distinct games where I would get 1,200 damage out, and then an RHM or some tank destroyer would nuke me off the planet up the butt with an HE shell. and yet we won the game and I'd go up 10, 11 points. And then we'd lose and I'd only do 2,000 damage, and yet I'd go up a point, or I would only lose 1 or 2, and yet in the Chimera when I'd lose I'd go down 8 or 9. And it was weird to me because that's not really making sense. How can you be getting more XP in the Chimera and go down points in a loss, and yet get less XP and go up points in the Defender Mark 1? And it kind of weirded me out until I started to figure out that for some reason, I don't know why this is, but tanks that either have a really quick rate of fire, like the FV301, the Action 10, or tanks like the AMX 1357 you saw there, the Defender Mark 1, the Bat Chat, autoloaders, for some reason, even like the Progetto auto reloaders, don't lose as many points. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's the mechanics behind the gun. If you shoot a burst of shells and you just shoot a lot of shells, it gives you more XP. I think that has to do something with it, but for some reason, autoloaders don't lose as many points when you get defeats, and if you don't do as well in your victories, you're still going to go up more points. So if any of you out there are avid ratings players and you've been wanting to get the Fearless, unfortunately, now that I've told the whole community, a lot of people might know about this, and you're probably going to see a big jump in autoloaders played in ratings. It, for some reason, does cause you to go up and lose less points. So that is a 100% thing I can guarantee, because I've played the Defender Mark 1, even the 1390. I remember playing the 1390 quite a bit in ratings. That's why I list it in my top 5 videos for tanks to play in ratings, because the 1390 would never lose points. And it always weirded me out because I wouldn't do great in the tank. It's a decent tier 8 light tank that you have to do a lot of skill to do well in, and yet I'd only do 2,000 damage and I'd go up a lot of points. And I thought it had to do with how people would master vehicles, because the 1390 wasn't that hard to master when I played it. I did like 3,800 damage and I mastered it in the ratings game. So I thought maybe it has to do with how much points you need to master a vehicle. So if you mastered a tank and it was easier to master that, so like if I ran my 111.5A, I might get more points than running an IS-4 because it's much harder to master an IS-4. So I thought it might have to do with how many XP points you get compared to the mastery level you'd need. However, that didn't have to do with it. It literally has to do, I think, with just how much you shoot, because literally the Chimera, you'd shoot 5 shells and you're at 3,000 damage, and then the Defender Mark 1, you shoot 20 shells, you're at 3,000 damage, and the Defender Mark 1, you go up 20, you go up a lot more points. It was the weirdest thing. So that's what this video I sort of wanted to say, is that if you don't have an autoloader, try one out in ratings. I could be wrong on this, but I'm 99% sure that playing autoloaders will literally cause you to skyrocket in ratings. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys know what causes this. Is there some sort of XP multiplier that when you shoot more shells in the game and you penetrate more shots? I thought it maybe had to do with you penetrating more shells gave you more XP the more shots you penetrate, but I honestly can't think of a reason why autoloaders go up more points, but it really does show, because I could honestly play the Defender Mark 1 non-stop in ratings and probably get into the top 5, top 10 easy. So I would definitely suggest, as I said, to get an autoloader, try it out. If it doesn't work, then you know what, it was worth a shot. But honestly, just play an autoloader next season it comes out if you really want to play ratings, if you like ratings that much, and see how it goes. Because from what I've learned, it really does work. So, of course, if this is brand new to you, and I hope it is, because I really don't know many people that know about this, but on the streams, we started to talk about it, and a lot of people agree with me in chat that really, it kind of was weird that I would constantly go up in the Defender Mark 1, yet the Chimera I do better in and I constantly lose. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, if you agree with me, if you disagree, if you know what is behind this, let me know. I'd really like to know if there's some sort of hidden base multiplier or XP thing that has to deal with shooting more shells, penetrations. Let me know in the comments down below. I definitely hope that Wargaming fixes this and causes all the tanks to be even in ratings, and personally, I feel you shouldn't be able to run any premiums in ratings, but that doesn't have to do with this. That's a different type of story. But other than that, guys, I hope you're all doing well out there. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you did learn something new. If you didn't, you already knew about this. That's good for you in ratings, I guess. But other than that, guys, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.